Alrighty, so let's go ahead here and get started for August 30th. Can you believe it's August 30th already? For call number 4, inform and invite. This is one of my favorite calls, and next week is my favorite out of all of them. So I think you guys are going to love it. And I know you guys have so much to share as well, too. So I want to start off first with you guys tooting your own horn, sharing what is working really well, what you're proud of, what is exciting going on maybe in the last week, what's coming up. You guys have all done an amazing job this month. And, you know, I have to say what I am most proud of in each and every one of you is your commitment. I know sometimes we always, especially as women, we always measure our success sometimes by our achievement or our results, or sometimes we can be hard on ourselves too, or kind of get down on ourselves. But I want you guys to all know that you have come so far, and your commitment is what really stands out as someone who's going to be very, very successful. So you guys, by doing this, you have all the tools and everything you need to just soar, and you have rocked August. I know you guys have so much to be proud of, and we are going into a huge month of September and into our busiest season of the year. So I know that there's going to be a ton of promotions in September. Just looking at your goals, I looked at it right before the call again. Heidi, Tara, and Alicia all have a goal to promote by October 1st. So I absolutely know we're going to make that happen, and it is going to be so much fun to celebrate on October 1st. I'm going to call each and every one of you, and we're going to celebrate together. So it's going to be a ton of fun, and somehow for those of you far away, we're going to figure out how to get your face on cupcakes too. So you can look forward to that, Laura Lee. It's so much fun, isn't it? So, and then I just want to jump into talking about informing and inviting, looking for those red flags on our virtual parties, on our Facebook pages, different things like that. And then I also want to touch again on career plan advancement and kind of looking at what is in front of you guys and what you're going after. I know you all have this goal of promoting to a director or being a leader, but what does that really look like for you and your family, and what kind of a blessing this can be to them? So I know on our individual calls, we went over the career plan and talked about what it looks like when we add team members to our team and invite them to give Pampered Chef a try. I just want to show you some paychecks, though, of people who've been with Pampered Chef for different amounts of time and doing different amounts of parties, whether they're cooking shows or virtual shows, and show you what it would, or what is in your future as well, too. And then we're going to talk about goals real quick before we kind of wrap up, and then I have something inspirational for you, in addition to some other fun and exciting things that I've been working on these last couple of days here. So who wants to start first by tooting your own horn?
I can.
Okay, go ahead, Laura.
So I have one party left, and then my September is filled.
Fabulous. So what does filled mean? How many is that, dear?
Well, filled for me is 8.
Excellent.
So I have 7 for sure right now. I have 3 starting on Friday. So that was kind of took me by surprise, but
awesome.
Hurry up and get my September outline done now, because usually I do it like whatever the second Friday, but it'll be fine.
Excellent.
And then I have 1 show booked for November already. So
wow. Well, way to go, girl. I'm so proud of you in September. That is absolutely going to be awesome. And I know each and every one of those are going to rock, because we have an amazing fall line that is starting. And I know it was hard to say, like in the beginning of August, to not say anything about September and finish August strong. And it might have been so hard for some of us, but now we are almost to September, and it's going to be so exciting. I cannot wait to sell 1 million of those bun pans. I just love them. It is seriously my favorite. So that is going to be really fun. But congratulations, Laura Lee. I'm really proud of you. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Well, I'm going to toot Heidi's horn.
Okay, please do. And she can tag on to you.
Yes, so I have to say I'm very proud of her for reaching out to all of her people on her list for potential recruits.
Awesome.
Well, she got one yes with Stephanie, and Stephanie is going to be very successful. She's super excited. I just absolutely love her personality. But I have to toot Heidi's horn because that took a lot to send out all those messages. And even though she didn't get a yes, it's still, I'm very proud of her.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Heidi. Woo! And you know what? It isn't always easy. It might have been a little out of your comfort zone, right? But that is what grows us and makes us stronger and a better person today than we were yesterday. And I always say there's nothing worth having in our comfort zone. So I'm so proud of you. And what might make it easier, and this might sound a little weird that I'm saying this, but what might make it easier is when you send those out to just expect a no. Because I think human nature and in the world we live in, think about yourself in all these different situations, you know, running through, driving through a car dealership, picking up the phone and it's a telemarketer, walking through the mall and those little kiosks that are in the middle of the mall and someone's handing you like a flyer, you want this, you want this. And right away, before they even tell us stuff, what do we say? No, right? So we are just programmed all the time to say no to stuff ever since we were little, right? Our mom always told us no when we were little. So we're programmed to say no right away to things. So I kind of encourage you in a way to just expect a no when you send it out, but make sure from the bottom of your heart that you're pouring that passion into it, because what you're actually doing is planting a seed. Chances are it's not really no forever. And those that we wish would sign up right away might take a month, might take 2 months, might take 6 months or a year or even 7 years or 10 years. So it might just not be the right time. However, if you know you've poured your passion into it, your excitement into it, and you've really shared from the bottom of your heart about why Pampered Chef would be good for them, consider it a seed planted, and all you can do is continue sending them the signing bonus every single month. So I applaud you, and I'm so proud of you. And I encourage you, as we talk about these red flags here tonight, to write some of them down so that when you're going through your parties, you can watch for them and send out some more of those messages, okay? Way to go, Heidi. All righty. Tara messaged me and said she was getting unplugged, so she's going to jump back on as soon as she can. But we'll have her toot her horn as soon as she jumps back on here. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about red flags here. And I kind of want to make this a little bit of a popcorn thing here so that we all can share. And if you don't know, what I mean by red flags are like the things that stand out to us in a virtual party or on our Facebook page that are going to signify or kind of give us an idea of someone who might be interested or could actually really use Pampered Chef or would be really great for Pampered Chef. So just to give you an idea, I had a host, I don't know, in July, I think, or June, who was awesome. Literally, you guys, she did my job for me. She was great. She was bubbly. She commented on everything. She got everyone involved. She was so much fun. And I messaged her, and I've probably asked her several times, probably almost close to half a dozen times, because she continues to ask me, so if I get the kit kind of thing, or tell me if I should get the Rock or the deep covered baker. And she finally decided on the Rock, and I said, you know, it's in the kit. Anyway, so what I want to say is that she shared with me that she hasn't closed her party yet because funds are low. And I said to her, I said, you know, Shannon, your family and you have really been weighing on my heart. I completely understand where you're coming from and you're not alone, but this is exactly why you need Pampered Chef. And I'm willing to work with you to help you get off to a strong and successful start so you can have the Christmas that you want to have with your family and your children this year. So really hitting home with that and showing her what Pampered Chef can be for her and her family is a way to kind of bring that full circle. So looking for those red flags, I kind of want to talk about that here real quick. And then I want to share an example of messages back and forth. So what do you guys have for red flags or ideas? What are some things we can watch for virtual parties or on our personal pages for people that we can reach out to.
Don't all talk at once, huh?
I cannot wait, you guys.
I'm gonna leave it up to them.
Hey, Tara. We are just chatting about red flags. So things that stand out on your virtual party or on your Facebook page, or different ideas that we come across that people stand out to us that they would be good for Pampered Chef, or they need Pampered Chef, or different things like that.
Okay.
So any ideas you have?
Has anybody said people that post food stuff on their page?
No, but that's a good one.
Recipes and things that they've cooked.
No, but that's a really great one. You're actually our first person, so thanks, Tara.
Oh.
No, but that's a really good one. So you're talking on their personal page. So if you have those friends that are
Right.
always constantly posting recipes or what they're making for dinner, they're cooking with their kids in the kitchen, those are great ones. Tara, what would be something you'd say to those people?
Oh gosh, I'd probably say something like, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? I think you'd be perfect for it because you're always posting your favorite recipes. You could cook and earn money while you're doing it.
Love it. Oh, that's a good idea. You
Yeah.
could cook and earn money while you're doing it. I think another one was an idea I got from you too, where you said something like, you're on Facebook all the time, you might as well get paid for it, right? I think you had
Right.
said that too. Awesome, good. What else? What's another red flag?
Maybe people that buy a lot of Pampered Chef products.
Yeah, that's a great one. So, and this could also go the other way too. So maybe those that have over $100 orders, sometimes they just like to be the customer too, but more than once, they probably have thought about doing Pampered Chef. Or even the people who are super active on a virtual party but haven't placed an order. They might love Pampered Chef but be the one who really needs the income. That's good. Awesome. What else? What are some specific things we can look for on our virtual party that would be a red flag to us, that would go up in our mind and say, I need to follow up with them? Can you guys think of any?
I just had one where the lady was like posting all of these recipes, and you know, she would say, oh, Chicken Chop, it's my favorite. Oh, the deep cover baker, my favorite. So I finally reached out to her and she said, yeah, I used to be a Pampered Chef consultant like 3 years ago, and she quit because she couldn't do in-home parties any longer.
So did you offer her virtual parties?
I did. I said, well, I completely run my business virtually, and I meet people all over the United States now. It's not just local to my hometown or surrounding communities, and my business is booming. So she said that she was going to look into it and talk to her husband, and everybody tells me they're going to talk to their husband, and then they say no.
And then
I get that too, Lauralee.
And then what was that at conference? Was that Noelle
Yeah.
Bouchard or something that had said about my husband said no, or my husband said not right now, or whatever? And she's like, well, this is the exact reason why you need to do it. So you have a family of girlfriends who will support you and encourage you in something that you'll love and enjoy. I thought that was good. That was bold, but it was good.
Right.
Okay, awesome. So you saw she was Pampered Chef junkie, right?
Yes.
And you reached out to her and said, oh my gosh, you love all the products. You should really just do this, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's a really strong one, or a specific thing we can look for. Pampered Chef junkies. We'll also know that they're Pampered Chef junkie if they post in the how do you know your host and what's your favorite product, if they have like a list of favorite products. Or in the emoji post, if you guys are using that, and they have like a gazillion hearts, or that they don't have enough Pampered Chef, or things like that. Those are all really good ones. Another one is someone who, and this is an obvious one that you guys probably all know, someone who is posting a ton of questions in the questions post. And if you guys aren't using the questions post, I encourage you over and over and over 100 times to use that or some form of it, because that is where a lot of your leads will come from, okay? If you don't know what question post I'm talking about, it's white with like colored bubbles. And it says, ask me any question you want about my Pampered Chef business. People who ask a lot of questions on there are really, really great candidates for it as well. A lot of times Allie would always say, you know, hey, you asked a lot of questions. Were you just looking for more raffle tickets, or are you interested in making money doing what I'm doing? So just something like simple, civil to, you know, just being friendly about it. Okay, what else? What's another one? What do you have, Heidi? You must have looked for lots of red flags in everyone you reached out to. What was maybe a common theme that you looked for or that you found in the people you sent messages to?
A lot of what was already said, like people who post a lot, people who are active in playing the games. I send out a SurveyMonkey survey to my hostesses before we start, and there's a question in there about would you be interested in the business? And then there's another question after that asking if they know anybody else who'd be interested in hosting or interested in the business as well. I've gotten some leads from there, and I've already contacted those people, and it turned out that they weren't good leads.
Okay, okay.
They were my no's, but I mean, it's an option.
Yes, awesome. You know what? I really love that idea that you put that in there and you send it out to your hosts before. I think that's a really great idea. I think it's kind of setting you up for success. When I do live shows, that I do that, and I'm not sure why I don't do it in virtual shows, but I ask, you know, who's coming tonight, and, you know, who do you think is going to want to earn their wish list for free? You know, and they give you 3 names, and then you kind of have those people in the back of your mind throughout the show. So I think that's a great idea. I would continue to keep doing that. Awesome. What about if people just like the questions post or like the apron post? If you guys don't use the apron post, that's another really great one. I'll have people comment on there saying, you know, hobby consultant or virtual consultant. Even if they don't comment, if they like it, they, you know, obviously liked it for a reason. So I would encourage you to reach out to those people as well too. What else? Did we miss anything else?
I contact some of the people in the emoji post that say that they love Pampered Chef. Some of them I'll ask about hosting a party, and some of them I'll ask about the business, or both.
Yeah, awesome. That's a really great one. I agree. Okay, anything else we missed? All right, if you guys think of a really good one, just jump in, okay? But now we have all these ideas. So what do we do with them, or how can we approach these people? And there's a ton of different wording that we can use. So I just want to give you an example of, Tara, I'm going to pick on you if that's okay.
That's fine.
Of some of the messages that Tara and I have been messaging back and forth. Now, like I said, there's a ton of different ways we can go about doing this, but first we have to kind of look at the person that we're sending the message to. So for example, give me 1 second here. Okay, so for example, there's an opportunity post that has worked really, really well for Laura Lee. That's on our I Can and I Will page. That I would recommend to send out to all of these red flags on our virtual parties of people that we don't really know. So one that's probably a friend on Facebook who posts a lot of food. That one might be questionable to send it out to, but all the other ones that are more generic, that we don't know the people very well, that more of a generic message would be good to send to them. So let's say it's someone who likes the apron post or comments on the apron post or the emoji post, and you don't really know them. Sending out that opportunity post would be a great way to reach out to them and find out if they're interested. Now, if it's someone you know, I would encourage you to approach it in a little bit of a different way with a heart tugger kind of message. So if you remember earlier when I shared about, helping this lady have the Christmas that she really wants for her family and her children, that's kind of a heart tugger, right? Because I don't know about you, but for me during the holidays, I love more than anything to be able to spend time with family, but I also love making other people happy, and I love giving gifts to other people. So for me, if I knew that I couldn't do that, it would break my heart. Or if I knew that I couldn't do that for my children, that would break my heart. So kind of those heart tugger messages, knowing that they're on your heart and you've been thinking about them, they should really look into this and give this a try, because it could be the decision that changes their life. And worst case scenario, they have a kitchen full of products that they love and use every single day, right? So those are the two different ways I would encourage you to kind of go about doing it. But most importantly, no matter what, anyone that we message, our ultimate goal is, does anyone know? Laura Lee and Tara, Heidi? What is our number one goal? When we have someone that's interested or we're messaging someone, what is our number one goal? What do we want to do with them?
Well, we want to help them.
You're right. We do want to help them. So what is the best way we can help them?
By getting them to sign up.
Yes. And what can we usually do before they sign up? That's the best way to help them instead of continuing to message them.
A three-way call.
Yes. Okay. So, and I know I feel like I'm probably preaching to the choir now, and you'll hear me say this over and over and over. However, I encourage you guys to take a leap of faith and trust me here. I have trained a ton of people. I've also helped recruit a ton of people. And I can honestly and confidently say that this works. And as soon as we can get them on a three-way call, it's going to almost seal the deal every single time. So a lot of times, or for me, from personal experience, when I first started, I had no idea how to recruit. I didn't even know what it was. And I was just so excited about what I was doing. I couldn't believe the money I was making. I couldn't believe all the Pampered Chef dollars I was earning. I was just having so much fun. And what I did was almost throw up in their faces every single time, because I would get so excited talking about what Pampered Chef could do for them, how much fun it is, what it offers, and what does it do? It scares them away, right? So this might sound a little bit odd, but we don't want to give them too much information that it gives them the leverage to talk themselves out of it, or they share it with someone else and someone else talks them out of it. So what I mean by that is if they have questions, the best thing to say is, why don't we jump on a three-way call together? I'd be happy to answer your questions, or, I really want to make sure I answer them fully for you. I have tomorrow at 10 a.m. and Friday at noon. What works best for you? And the reason is then they get to see the big picture. I think sometimes there's a negative notion of direct sales, because there's a lot of unethical direct sales out there, believe it or not. And in my opinion, Pampered Chef is so very, very different for so many reasons. We're a huge family company, and we have field development managers and leaders, which no other company has, which is pretty incredible. So I encourage you guys to say as little as possible when you're messaging them, and then encourage them to do a three-way call, okay? And Laura Lee, you probably can say based on experience that this is absolutely true, right? Almost 9 times out of 10 when we are on a three-way call together and they see the big picture, they know there's support beyond just you because there's someone else on the call with you, they're going to sign up. okay? Now, something I want to share with you. This was one of 16 people that Tara had messaged me. And this is what I would encourage you to do now, because Heidi is on here and Laura Lee are on here. I'm going to kind of use you guys as an example here. But Alicia, when you watch this, this is similar to what you and I have been doing as well too, and I'd encourage you to continue doing it. So let's say, Heidi, you have someone who's interested. What I would encourage you to do, just so you kind of get the hang of it and the ropes of it, let's say this is someone that you know more personally, okay? So here's an example that Tara sent me. She said, I'd like to ask my Uncle Tony. He has been in some sort of sales for most of his life, other than that, his time in the military. He and his family struggle with finances regularly. His wife is ill, and therefore he is unable to work outside of the home. He used to sell Amway, but I don't think he is anymore. If he is not already doing that, I would like to offer this opportunity. So what Tara did was send me a little blurb about her Uncle Tony. So I don't know him, and it's difficult for me to help her hash out some wording to send without knowing a little bit of a blurb about him. So Heidi, let's say you're thinking of someone right now who's struggling financially. You could send a little message to Laura Lee and say, you know, maybe her name's Stacy, and you say, you know, this is Stacy. She's a single mom. She has 3 children. She's working 3 jobs, blah, 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 something like that. Then Laura Lee can help you together hash out some wording, okay? So what Tara sent me then was her idea of what she would send to Tony. And then I had made some suggestions, offered her something that she could send, and we kind of put them together. And then she had sent it to Tony. And as soon as he got back to her, we scheduled a 3-way call and did a 3-way call with him. So I would really encourage you to Velcro you guys together and do that. I know it might seem a little tedious to be sending these messages back and forth. However, I guarantee it's going to contribute to your success 110%. And it's also going to really help you become comfortable with what to say and how to kind of word things. I know Tara, by the end of sending 16 of those messages, she pretty much had it down to a T of what to say. And it was really kind of funny because a lot of the wording I would suggest then was in her messages when she said, how about this? Can I send this to them? What do you think I should change? And she was doing great. So until you kind of get the hang of it, I encourage you guys to kind of work together. And then once Tony sent a message back to Tara, she sent it to me, and we kind of hashed out some more wording and kind of went back and forth on that. So does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. And again, I know it sounds a little tedious, but I guarantee it's going to help you guys in your success immensely. So now we talked a little bit about wording to say. I do have some candid wording that I'm going to post on our page after tonight's call, probably tomorrow morning, that are from a couple of leaders in the company of things that have really worked well for them. One of them is for people struggling with money. Another one is someone who's on Facebook all the time and loves to cook. So you guys can kind of look at those based on some of your red flags. Or people that are interested, you can go through and kind of pick, oh, this one sounds really good. This one would probably work for them. Change it up a little bit or use it however you would like, okay? Does that sound good? All right, awesome. Do you guys have any questions? No?
I
Okay.
don't.
No? Okay. Did I cover what to say enough, like saying as little as possible? Did I cover that enough, do you think? I just want to make sure you guys have these tools. Okay. All right. If I didn't, just please ask or help me or ask me to rephrase it and whatnot. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Okay, let's talk about the paychecks here real quick, okay? I think this will be kind of fun for you guys. And then we'll jump into this fun crafty stuff that I have over here that I think you guys are really gonna like, and then we'll talk about some of your goals too. Okay, so picture consultant number 1. Her name is Laura, and she works full-time as a teacher. She's a single mom of a 2-year-old. And as I read through these two, you guys might think of people that are very similar to this. Her Pampered Chef business pays for her daughter's daycare. And in her first month of business, she made $650. What she did in order to make $650 was 3 cooking shows, 1 catalog show, and she had 2 online orders. So really, she left her house 3 times, maybe worked 3, 6, 9, 10 hours or so, and she made $650. That's pretty awesome, huh? In her first month of business. So those you could think of virtual shows, 3, 4 virtual shows or so, and making that kind of income as well too, okay? All right, so that was in her first month of business. That was Laura, and she's consultant number 1. Now, consultant number 2 is is a director, so she's a leader in the company. She's 34 years old, and she started her Pampered Chef business so she could be a stay-at-home mom. She now has 3 children who are 6, 4, and 1. And this is what I love about this business so much, is so many people have built their business while raising their children, and their children get to see what a successful mom or dad that they are, or business person because of this. It really changes you in a good way, in my opinion, to be a better person. All right, so she has 3 children, and she did 5 cooking shows and 7 catalog shows. So she left her house 5 times. Now, these are catalog shows literally and not virtual shows. So they're sending out 2 catalogs in an orange envelope and collecting orders for a week or 2, and then closing it out. So she left her house 5 times, and she made $2,300, so $2,300. Can you guys imagine if $2,300 was deposited in your account on September 7th? And what that would mean for you and your family, and what would that, do for you and your family if $2,300 was deposited? And remember, she has 3 little kids, and she is a stay-at-home mom. She did 5 cooking shows and 7 catalog shows. So I don't really know what that would equate so much to virtual parties, but probably about 8 or so. But she's a leader with the company, so she gets extra bonuses as well, which we talked about on the career plan tracker when we went through that together. Okay, so consultant number 3, her name is Claudia, and she's a mother of 2 young children, and her husband's in the military. They moved back from Korea to the US last January, and her first commission check, so this was now, when she moved back, her first commission check was $600, okay? By the end of the year, she built up her business. So in less than 1 year after she relocated, she earned $4,651. And let me just tell you guys that you cannot have a raise like that anywhere that you work at all in this world. Going from $600 to 10 months later, $4,600. It doesn't say if she's a leader with the company or not, but this was in November, and she did 11 cooking shows. My guess is she probably is a leader in the company. So can you imagine, now we just talked about $2,300 being deposited in your account. Imagine if $4,600 was deposited in your account on September 7th. And what that would do for you and your family, or what more you could do because of that. Maybe it's paying off some debt. Maybe it is putting money aside for, you guys all have little kids. I'm not trying to think of what they would need. I don't know, college or something like that. Or maybe it's just doing a little bit of extra with the kids that you aren't able to do now that you would love to take them and do. Putting money aside for a family vacation to take them to the Dells this summer, or a water park this summer or winter when it's cold outside and nice inside. Or just, taking them to the zoo or those out and about things that you aren't able to do now, but that $4,600 in your account could absolutely make happen. And imagine if that wasn't just 1 month that was deposited in your account, but that was every single month on the 7th. How that would change your life and what kind of a blessing that would be to you and your family. What kind of as we go into the holiday season here, what you would be able to do differently for Thanksgiving or be able to do differently for Christmas because of that. One of the things I'm super excited about for Christmas this year, last year we had done, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Operation Christmas Child, but Melody and I had went to the store and picked up a bunch of stuff for boys and girls, and they sent it somewhere in a third world country, I believe. So people who would never have an opportunity to have a Christmas gift, and we sent those out. So this year I'm really looking forward to doing that again with her, but just knowing what more you guys would be able to do if you had that $4,600 deposited in your account each month. Do you guys have some ideas in mind? What that would look like for you and your family? And what a blessing it would be. All right, so this one's going to pertain to you guys the most, all right? Keep dreaming, because we are on the train to making those dreams a reality, okay? So this check is from a director, so a leader. Again, just inviting 5 people to give this a try. And she is a virtual consultant. She's a stay-at-home mom of 3 daughters who are 14, 12, and 7, and she's rocking her business from home. So Brandy did 10 online virtual parties, and her paycheck was $4,849, okay? This is about 10 to 20 hours of her time. And so I want you guys to imagine if you did those 10 virtual parties a month and you were a leader, because as a leader, your workload doesn't necessarily increase. The beauty of it is everyone's doing it together. And all the leaders on the team combined are all helping each other out and doing it together. So your workload of virtual shows doesn't necessarily increase at all. It stays the same. So your 10 to 8 virtual shows a month will always be 10 to 8 virtual shows. Excuse me. But what Pampered Chef is doing is blessing you for being a leader and helping out others, and your income is increasing astronomically. So now think that's almost $5,000. So think with me here that if you are submitting 8 to 10 virtual shows a month and you are a leader of I'm not sure probably how big her team is. I would say maybe 10 to 15 people on her team. And she's earning about $5,000 a month. What that would mean for you and your family to have that extra income. And we're talking in these numbers here, like real paychecks of career income, where this is probably more than most people make working for a company or a corporation. And this is 1 paycheck a month. We're getting 2 paychecks, remember. So this is really exciting. Do you guys have ideas in your mind or visions or dreams or goals of things of what this would do for your family when this is deposited in your account?
For me, it would be a down payment for a house.
You're exactly right. But this happens every month, remember?
Right.
You're almost there, Laura Lee. You're almost there.
Then we can furnish the house and then take an vacation.
And pay for it in cash, right? Yes. Absolutely. You're almost there, dear. What about you guys, Heidi and Tara? You guys have visions and dreams of what this would look like for you and your family?
Yeah, I definitely say like family vacations and things like that. We can't do any of that right now.
So being able to have that extra to do that little more and extra to make those memories. And how old is your daughter, Heidi?
One.
Oh, what? She's one. Okay, so, and you're working somewhere, right, too?
Yeah, full time.
Okay, so being able to be a part of all those milestones and give her that little bit more of those memories with vacations, or maybe it's just going to the zoo, or, you know, going to a small, you know, amusement park. We have Bay Beach up here, or, you know, different things like that to make those memories as a family together. It's absolutely something that's really, really important. So keep that vision in front of you each and every day, because it's only coming closer and closer for you to be a reality, okay? And Tara, I know we've talked about this a lot. Do you want to share a little?
Sure. So I think for our family, it would be, you know, that financial freedom, getting out from under some debt and some student loans. And we're homeschooling our boys now, so being able to take them to do fun little trips. I know we wanted to go to the East Coast someday, and it seems like every time we get a little bit saved, it has to go to something else. So I'm hoping that that's something we can do. It'd be fun, educational, and I don't know, just lots of things. There's lots of things we need. So it'd be good to just not have to worry about where the money's going to come from for those things. So
absolutely, and not having to worry about how you're going to pay those bills. The money is always going to be in there, right? Awesome. Right. What incredible memories and family time together that is, to be able to take them out to the East Coast and do that. So I encourage each and every one of you to keep those visions front and center every single day, and wake up with them in your mind every day. Go to bed with them in your mind every single day, and whatever your frontmost four thoughts are, if I said that correctly, whatever your foremost front thoughts are, whatever's in the front of your mind all the time, is what is going to produce those actions and results that you guys are all looking for. So are you guys ready for an exciting September? I sure am. I'm so giddy. It is going to be fun. Okay, so let me show you some of these cool things. I have, some of you might remember Jade on our team. She has a house full of children, which are so sweet, and she has one of her girls coming over to help me. And so she made up this. Actually, this was my sister that made this one. She was over here and helped me. So this is the start of our new team vision board. You guys see it? Kind of? It's like super huge. All right, let me back this up a little bit. All right, so it says Team Superstars, and then I have first, second, maybe I can push this back, and third. Okay, so all the rest of the houses are right here, and she's coming tomorrow to cut them all out for me. Okay, so, and then we can put all the houses here on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Street, and then there's Velcro. I'm like super excited about this, okay? And right now I have Tara's name on here because this was the only one I cut out so far. So Tara, I already have it ready for you, okay? So, and then there's gonna be one for you too, Heidi. Laura, Leah, I have yours. We have all these houses to fill up and put on here, okay? And then I have for sale ones. You see it, for sale ones? So those that are open and for sale in the neighborhood be on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Street too. What do you guys think? Pretty cool? So I'll show you the finished piece tomorrow after she's done. I'll post a picture of it so you guys can all see it, okay? What do you think? Pretty cool? Yeah? Okay. And then for our I can and I will, I made this. Actually, I didn't make it. My sister did. Watch Us Grow, okay? And it's not quite done yet, so I'll show you the final thing tomorrow after Maddie comes and helps. But we have flowers, okay? And then there's like all these different circles for it. And all the petals, okay? So I have enough for every flower to have 5 petals on it. So here, I'm gonna put a picture of you right here, Heidi, okay? And then you have Stephanie already. So then as you continue to get more people on your team, and we, you know, water the flowers, then you can we'll pick out a petal here and put their name on it, and then fill up your flower. And as soon as your flower is filled up, Tara, that's when you get your house. and Heidi when you get your house on the big vision board. So what do you guys think? You think I'm crazy?
I'm
Very creative.
So I like it.
You like it? Okay. So
I think it's cool.
Yeah, okay. So I thought this would be a super cute visual to like to show at all these and post on our I Can and I Will page to see how far each of you guys are, or how close, I should say, not how far, how close each of you guys are away from owning your own house. So I'm super excited about that, and I thought you guys would all really enjoy the kind of the visual of it. So you have to fill up those petals so that you can have a full flower and a house as well too. So like I said, it's not all the way done. I just got it laminated today, and Maddie's gonna cut them up tomorrow, and then I'll show you guys kind of the final thing of what it looks like. Okay, sound good? All right. Okay, so the last thing I have here is goals, but I wanted to see from you guys if there's any questions that you guys have or anything that I didn't cover today that you were hoping that we would have, or anything at all. No? Are you sure? Going once, going twice? No? Okay. All right, so let's jump into goals here quick. And if you guys don't know, I'm a huge goal setter. I love goals, and they're everywhere. They're like all over on my boards and Post-it notes and things like that, which I probably should be more organized with, which Tara and Laura Lee help me with that sometimes. But I want to talk a little bit about making this happen for you guys in September, since this is your promotion date goals for all of you, actually, for October 1st, I guess I should say. So think about what you guys are doing today and tomorrow, or what you have kind of set in your next 3 days that's going to help get you closer to your promotion date goal. Now, let me just give you a little wisdom and words of advice, is that even though your promotion date goal is set for September 30th, or technically it'll be effective October 1st, it's not a good idea to wait until 10 p.m. on September 30th, okay? So what I would recommend is to, since we are starting the entire September super, super strong, I would recommend to set your promotion date for, let's say, the 22nd of September, something like that. Not necessarily that all your numbers are going to be in and finalized, but you have 5 people on your team or more by September 22nd, and you guys are all working together towards this goal, okay? So I want you guys to think about what you're doing today, what you're doing tomorrow, and in the next 3 days in order to make this goal a reality. What actions are you putting in place? So, for example, what that might mean is if you don't have enough shows on your calendar for September, that would be a really great place to start, so that you're in front of enough people. But another place to start is sending out some more messages. And there's something too that we're gonna do 2 of the opportunity events this month instead of just 1. So I think that will help you guys a lot in planning them for the first week in September and the 3rd week in September, to help you guys spark those interests, or spark the interest of those that are kind of on the fence, so that we can help add those people to your team. Now, if they've been invited to an opportunity event in the past, it does not hurt to invite them again. Maybe they didn't even see the posts, maybe they did, or they need a reminder. Someone's gonna say something this time that they didn't say the last time that's going to kind of stick with them. And chances are maybe they'll join, or it might just be a better time for them, okay? However, actually not however, I lost my train of thought, what I was gonna say. in the next, for sure, 3 weeks here and throughout the whole month of September, let's stay Velcro together more than ever so that we can help make this happen for you guys, okay? So we all kind of talked about your why in the beginning, and you guys filled out the Google Sheets too to kind of say what your why is. But I want you to also kind of keep that front and center each and every day this month to know, why am I doing this? What is my why for wanting to be a leader? For me, it was because I wanted the entire line that season for free. It was going to be so much fun for it to come and show up at the door and have all of those products for free, and the income that it would have meant for our family that year for Christmas. My husband had just quit his job and went back to grad school, so Pampered Chef was all that we had, and I was really scared because I wasn't sure what kind of Christmas we were going to have for Melody or even our families. And I mentioned before that I am a huge giver. I love making people happy, and I love giving gifts. And so it was really hard for me that year, and in November, I had promoted to a director, and it made some things possible that year that I never even thought we could have done because we didn't have the income from my husband. So think about what that why is and what it really is that you're going after, and we'll talk about that again on this week's call. But also keep those action steps in mind too, what you're doing today, tomorrow, and 3 days down the road in order to make this goal a reality, okay? And we're going to be talking a lot about who you are working with and what we can say to them, doing three-way calls together, and different things like that, okay? Does that sound good? Do you guys have any questions about that? Are you excited? Yes? Okay, me too. Alrighty, so I want to end with a poem here real quick, and I think I just lost it on my computer, so let me find it here real fast, please. Here it is. All right, so it's called Maybe They Need Me. And this really hits home because a lot of times when we think about asking people, we might think, you know, oh my goodness, I think I'm being a little pushy, or I don't know what they're gonna think, or whatever it might be. That's all silly nonsense stuff. Think about it rather than pushy passion, which I know I've said many, many times too. We want to turn it into passion, and that we are offering them the biggest blessing that they could ever be offered for their family, and the opportunity to change their life. And the worst thing that could happen is they have a kitchen full of Pampered Chef. Really, it's a no-brainer for anyone, right? But it's ultimately up to them to decide and not us to decide. So listen to this poem and really hear the words and kind of take it to heart. I think it's going to help you guys this month be really successful when you're asking people. Okay, so it's called Maybe They Need Me. It had been a long day. I was finishing a task, and as I hurried past them, a little voice said, ask. Oh, not today, I told myself. I'm tired and it shows. Besides, I might look foolish and they'd likely just say no. While drifting off to sleep that night, I saw their face again. I wondered what their life was like, their needs, their dreams, their pain. What if they'd been wishing for a friendly word and smile, a chance to know somebody who would go the extra mile? What if they'd been waiting for a break, an open door? Was this the opportunity that they'd been praying for? I saw the added income they would not have, the freedom they would never know, because I would not risk myself to stop, to ask, to care. So what if what I offer them is not their cup of tea? That's a choice for them to make. How selfish can I be? When all my dreams are realized, I don't want to regret the lives I wouldn't touch and change, the no's I didn't get. So let me live a giving life and let my mission be not to think, do I need them, but maybe they need me. Oh my gosh, don't you guys just love that? Get goosies. Really, it is so true. And if you think about it, it's up to them to make the decision. But my goodness, when you guys have this $5,000 deposited in your account each month, and to sit there and go to bed each night and your dreams have come true, but to know you didn't risk yourself to ask someone else if they could have the same life as you and be blessed by this amazing opportunity, that must be an awful feeling, right? So to ask and let them decide is up to them, but to know when you lay your head down at night that you offered them an opportunity that could change their life, and it was, again, up to them to decide and not to you, or not for you to decide. So I encourage you to continue to think about that as we go through September here, and short time, double time to help you guys reach your promotion goal. And again, based on experience, if you guys push hard here in these first 2 weeks, rather than waiting till the last 2 weeks, I promise you it's going to be all worth it. And it will be an easy promotion instead of trying to put all the puzzle pieces together in the last week or so. So we're going to be really close, and you might get a message from me every day to encourage you and lift you up and cheer you on. So you can watch for that. But I want to just say how proud I am of each and every one of you guys for your commitment. And I want this so bad for you guys. I know how much it's going to mean to your families, and what a blessing it's going to be this holiday season as we continue moving forward here. So keep up the good work. I know it will all be worth it in the end, okay? Anything else, you guys? No? Any questions, comments? If you don't have a coaching call scheduled for this week, please go ahead and do that hopefully before tomorrow. The last thing I just wanted to mention real quick, since we have Labor Day Monday next week, Tuesdays does not seem to work so well for everyone. Do we want to do Wednesday again next week? Yeah? Okay. I'll post a poll survey thing for Wednesday next week. Again, 8 p.m. Central Time. And we have 2 calls left of this. However, with going into a really busy month here, let's talk about, kind of think of it too, if these are encouraging and helping, how the one-on-one calls are going, and things like that. And on the next call, we'll kind of put our heads together and see what we want to do moving forward in September, okay? Does that sound good? All right, ladies, you have a really great rest of your night, and finish August strong, and let's make September your promotion month. Okay, ladies? All right, have a great rest of your